Islam is a total way of life. It's not just a religion, right? Islam has a government system.
Okay.
Islam has a court system. Islam has a family system. Islam has a sales and merchandise and market system, right? So that's why in Islam we feel like we have the right to say that we have that total way of life, and we challenge people to bring a way of life that's better than Islam. Guru Granth Sahib says that don't think that the Bibles or the Vedas or the Quran is wrong. It is the one that says they are wrong that is wrong. So you see how your Guru Granth Sahib says like, yes, they're upon the truth. Then the Quran says that if anything comes after, it's not the truth. So that's where we're kind of like, we plead to the Sikh, if you believe that the Quran is the truth, the Quran says that Sikhism can't be the truth. So what do you think about that? If there is another way of life that gives you a total, complete system of leading to peace and happiness, we would take it.
Yeah, that's what I agree with.
Right?
No, I have Muslim friends, so I do have Muslim friends. Yeah. They tell me they pray like every day, 5 times a day and stuff. So yeah, they tell me.
Yeah,
but they support my culture too. Like I know some.
Yeah, we respect for each other. But what we saying, like, we are Muslim. Like, I'm open. Like, if there's anything come for me, like, I will see better than Islam, I will accept it. But I never find like better in Islam.
Yeah.
Like this brother he was Christian. He read Bible, like his Bible is there. It's all notes in it. He read it like from first page to last page.
Yeah.
You're looking at it, but there's a lots of contradictions and stuff. Which when you read it. Like when you read Bible, you know like it's not God's word, because God cannot contradict himself. Like it's in one chapter say one thing, then another chapter say something else. Like numerically, like the contradictions. And when you're coming in a Quran, you will find like there's a Quran challenge. God saying like if this book was not from God or some human write it down, then there was a contradiction in the book. Like people try to find contradiction, they failed, like because you won't find any contradictions and stuff in Quran, like the challenge and stuff. But what we're saying, like, you have to look at it, like, because there's too many ideologies and religions and stuff. But like, be open-minded, read it.
Yeah,
we just
it's always good
we
to
have the book. Yeah,
new,
respect each other.
Yeah.
Don't be this. We're respecting all people, but we don't accept like there's a concept normally. I don't know Sikh, when we talk with Sikh people, they're saying, oh, all religion is right. But if you go by this concept, it's by itself, it's a contradiction. Like if you see Hinduism and Sikhism itself, they contradict. Like if you accept they both right, but we have to ask question God, like why did you send two contradiction message? Like say Hinduism saying there's tons of God, but Sikhism saying there's one God, and Islam also saying there's one God. And God should send one way. God is not the author of confusion. Even this is in the Bible too. But when we're saying like to people, like just come read Quran and compare it with where you have it, and have a good like conversations and stuff. Like this brother himself, he was Christian. Like he's still talking with his family and stuff, discussing like let's see the Bible and the Quran and stuff. Like there's a lots of things. Like if you want, we have like Quran translation. Read it by yourself. Like write it down. If you have any question, we are here like every Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually I come by here just to walk around.
Yeah. Just read this one still as a brief introduction about Islam, like Quran, Prophet Muhammad, why Islam, like all those stuff.
So you're from a Sikh background, brother?
Yeah, I'm from Sikh. Yeah.
Do you believe in it?
Yeah, I believe in it. Yeah.
Like do you consider yourself to be a staunch practicing Sikh?
No, I don't think I practice all the beliefs. I don't think I practice.
Can you, if you don't mind me asking, like what do you think you're not practicing from Sikhism that you have to practice?
Well, I think for like a lot of people, it's like if you truly want to become closer to God, then you have to like grow out your hair.
Okay.
You have to wear like everything, the proper clothes.
You're talking about the 5Ks?
Yeah, the 5Ks. Yeah.
Okay.
5Ks, yeah.
They're like the kurpan, the kanga, the kachi. Where is that?
Yeah, the kacha. Yeah.
What's the last two? Do you know them?
I think it's. I think kach. I think is.
The kara is the bracelet, and then the long hair.
Yeah, they're long hair. Yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure those are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, that you consider that to be the way that the basics of practicing Sikhism.
Yeah, those are the basics. Those are to like, I guess closer, have like a better bond with God, right?
Because I had a different Sikh come, and because he said that I'm a practicing Sikh, and he kind of looked like you as well, and I said, I was told that the 5Ks, like you're telling me, are the basics of Sikhism, right? And he said, no, the latest guru came with the 5Ks. The first guru didn't come with the 5Ks, actually. He said that it was he called it an innovation that happened at the end, near maybe the 10th guru came with the 5Ks. I don't know. He told me this. I didn't verify it. But do you have any comment about this other Sikh guy that said?
I don't know. You can see a lot of the. You can see in the.
I see the Ks everywhere.
They're wearing everything.
Yeah.
It's a reason they wear it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not gonna look. I mean, it's just not just one god. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Goes all the way to 10, right?
10 gurus.
Each of them have something to say.
Okay.
You can't just say the first one, like, right?
So in your understanding of Sikhism, you can't just take one guru's words. You have to take all of the 10 gurus' words.
Yeah, you have to look at all of them.
Okay.
It's like you said, you have to read the Quran. You have to see what each one said.
Yeah.
They're saying something different, right?
Okay, yeah.
All of them are very different.
Yes.
Very different, yeah.
And that's kind of because the concept that you've come, I think it's called pantheism, where you believe that all religions are the same, or all religions are equally good or have equal amount of ability to lead you to the truth. Kind of like different doors, but the same destination.
Yeah, because like God is everywhere, right? That's what is written in our.
That's what you guys
Like God is everywhere, right? He's always with you, right?
Yeah.
And then your relationship with God is with you, what you choose it to be, right?
Yeah. So in Islam, we actually don't believe God is everywhere.
Okay.
The reason why we don't believe that is because, for example, if I asked you the question, is God in the toilet?
I don't know. God is everywhere. He's alive right now with us, right? So without God, there's nothing.
I agree.
Where is everything? Where's the toilet? Where's the
That's
trees?
that's the
right?
point, right? If you're saying everywhere, the toilet is also everywhere.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like that, right?
So logically, does that make sense to you that like He's also in the toilet?
I don't know. If God is not here, then what is here?
Well, what I'm saying, that's a good question.
asking.
No, that's a good question. So what we believe is that God is knowledgeable about everything going on in His creation, but He doesn't need to enter His creation to know more or less about it.
Yeah.
For example, if you made a car, right?
Yeah.
You would know without looking at the driver's manual if that car took propane gas or diesel. You wouldn't need to like check the cap at the gas tank and be like, oh, it takes gas or diesel. You already know because you made the engine. You know what it runs on, right?
Yeah.
So the same way, God doesn't need to come into His creation in order to know me and you and what everything is, because He created everything. He knows exactly how it functions.
Yeah.
So what we believe is God is outside of His creation, but in the Quran it tells us that God is closer to us than our jugular vein. This vein here that's in our neck, He's closer to us than that. So in what sense is He closer to us than that? In His knowledge. Because God is all-knowing.
Yeah.
So He doesn't need to enter His creation in order to know about us. He is already all-knowing. So He is outside of His creation because He's the creator.
Yeah.
And His creation, He has all knowledge about. That's how He's able to know mine and your situation without having to enter into His creation. What do you think about the Islamic concept? Because that's how we reconcile between God not being in the toilet, if He's everywhere.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair enough analogy.
Yeah, right?
I guess,
Yeah.
I can agree with that, yeah.
So that's why when we look at different religions, we want to make sure that our particular version or concept of God has a evidence for it, and an evidence that is reliable, right? Like for example, in Islam, we believe that the Prophet Muhammad is the last and final messenger. And the Quran, the revelation that he was given, has been preserved in the original Arabic that it was given to him in. And there's prophecies in different world religious scriptures that prophesize of his coming.
Okay.
Without those prophecies, you can still tell that he is a true prophet because of what he did, how he called to monotheism, right? And how he told us to be aware of the devil and to not listen to him and to try and go towards the straight path. right? You can tell that he's a true prophet because of these things and the miracles that he came with and all these other things. But the main point is that we understand that he's a true prophet. What makes you believe that the gurus are the next messenger after the Prophet Muhammad? If the Quran says that the Prophet Muhammad is the last and final, what makes you think that the gurus are the next?
I'm not too sure, honestly. I'm not too sure how far back these dates were.
Yeah.
So I cannot tell you.
I think Sikhism goes back to 300 years ago, right?
Is it really?
Yeah, 300 and something years ago.
300 years, really?
That's what I remember seeing when you guys did your parade. Khalsa.
Okay, yeah, Vaisakhi.
So I saw that it said 300 years of history or whatever. So something like that. Maybe I'm off by 100, but no more than 400 for sure.
I guess you could say probably around.
So the Quran was revealed 1400 years ago, 1450 years ago, over a span of 23 years, and it was preserved. And in that Quran it says that the Prophet Muhammad is the last and final messenger. The Guru Granth Sahib says that don't think that the Bibles or the Vedas or the Quran is wrong. It is the one that says they are wrong that is wrong. So you see how your Guru Granth Sahib says like, yes, they're upon the truth.
Yes.
Then the Quran says that if anything comes after, it's not the truth. So that's where we're kind of like, we plead the Sikh. If you believe that the Quran is the truth, the Quran says that Sikhism can't be the truth. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, because after him, I don't think there's any more I think strong prophet you could say to like keep the message, right? I think it's just been how it is.
Yeah.
How it is. Have you been to the Golden Temple?
I've not been to India.
It's very nice. You should go to the Golden Temple.
Really?
Beautiful. When you take like a bath there, it says like it cleanses your soul of everything. It's just such a holy place.
Did you go?
Yeah,
You went? Oh, okay.
So nice.
Wow.
So nice spiritual area.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. But,
I've only heard the bad things about how I think marijuana,
so sorry?
how weed plant grows around it or something, like close by freely.
Yeah, everywhere in India. There's weed everywhere. Yeah, you can just walk by, you can just pick it up.
Yeah, because like the Sikhs that come are not obviously the practicing ones, right? So they're just telling me about all the bad things that's good about that area.
I guess so, maybe.
Yeah. But no, that's good that you're open to the idea, right?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what we want to say to people. It's like saying, I believe vanilla ice cream is the best flavor, but I've only had vanilla.
Yeah.
Right? So like at least read, learn, study, and then come to the decision about what religion you think is the best. Because like Brother Abdullah said, if there is another way of life that gives you a total, complete system of leading to peace and happiness, we would take it.
Yeah, that's what I agree with.
Right?
I say it's good to learn other views, right?
But
A lot of people, I think they get stuck on this place and that place, and then they're looking for something because the old way is not getting there, right? So they have to look for something else for them to get to like a newer, much better understanding, right?
Exactly.
Better relationship with God, right?
You're already thinking like us. That's what we're saying is that if there was something better than Islam, we would take it.
Yeah.
But we haven't found anything yet that is better than Islam.
Yeah.
Because of how Islam is a total way of life. It's not just a religion, right? Like, I don't know about if you have any information about it, but Islam has a government system.
Okay.
Islam has a court system. Islam has a family system. Islam has a sales and merchandise and market system, right? I don't know if, I've never heard of Sikhism ever telling me that that's what they have as well.
No, I don't think so. No.
So then that's why I'm saying that Islam has that total way of life, that way to know what's right and wrong in every facet of life, right? And that's why we accept it as the truth, because if God is going to give us some sort of guidance, it should be able to tell us what kind of sales is permissible and what kind of sale isn't permissible.
Yeah.
It should be able to tell us what kind of government system is permissible and what kind of government system is not permissible.
Yeah.
It should tell us what kind of crimes are punishable by certain punishments and what types of crimes are punishable by other punishments, and how to achieve justice before you get judged on Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So that's why in Islam we feel like we have the right to say that we have that total way of life, and we challenge people to bring a way of life that's better than Islam. So something to think about, brother. What's your name?
Rajveer.
Rajveer. Nice to meet you, bro. My name's Zayan.
Zayan?
Yeah.
I've seen you somewhere. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I feel like I have.
We're on YouTube, so maybe you saw me on YouTube.
Maybe. Maybe on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. We have a channel called Dawah FRATERNITY.
Dawah FRATERNITY?
Yeah, so we just talk, have conversations with people and kind of talk what we're talking about right now, just like seeing like how people think, right? Because we think that we have a perfect way of life, and we want everyone to be a part of it. So that's why we invite you to look into it, and if it resonates with you, become Muslim, bro.
Yeah.
It's the best thing for you.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
All right, it was nice talking to you, bro.
All right, man.
Have a good one, yeah?
Yeah, take care, bro.
See you.